Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. I'm so sorry I'm running a little late tonight. It's been one of those days. You ever have those days where kind of like a little time warp and yeah, I don't really know. I was filming with Mom this afternoon and I think everything else just kind of was a blur with dinner and everything else, and suddenly it's time to stamp. I'm so glad you guys are joining me. If this is your first time watching, welcome to my channel. My name is Julie Davison. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 21 years. I can't believe that. I live in Central Illinois in the United States, and I love to stamp. I feel like we're in a little a little AA meeting. My name is Julie, and I'm addicted to stamping. Maybe not addicted, but I do find that stamping and crafting relaxes me and makes me happy. And so I am here to share it with you, and you're here because stamping makes you happy too. A giggly stamper. I am a giggly stamper. I promise I did not have wine with dinner. I have some things on the screen. Look at these new things. Oh my gosh. I wasn't going to talk about these new things because there's been a little frustration about these new things. Last Thursday, on July 6th, Stampin' Up! Released some brand new online exclusives, and I ordered them. I was excited, and apparently everybody else was too. And there was some hiccups in inventory issues, and they did not anticipate just how excited we would be for these new online exclusives. And so many of the stamp sets are currently not available because they sold out so quickly. And for a little while, some of them completely disappeared from the online store. And so I just kind of wanted to address what happened and let you know that they are still coming back. So I'm just going to dig in. I'm going to show you, we're going to talk about 3 stamp sets today. And I'm going to be inspired by them and share some different projects. Okay, so the first one I want to talk about is So Very Merry. This is a brand new stamp set, photopolymer. It's in the online exclusives. There's no dies, but it does coordinate with the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. This temporarily sold out, but was pulled from the online store for a few days. And it looked like it wasn't going to come back, and that is what we were being told. But then, because it was so popular and it did so quickly, they said, okay, hold on, we'll bring some more back. And it's so fantastic that Stampin' Up! Manufactures their own stamps, rubber and photopolymer, right in the United States, down in Kanab, Utah, which is pretty close to Arizona. And I had the pleasure of visiting Kanab in March. I got to have a special tour. It was really exciting, and I don't think I've mentioned that, but that's what happened. I got to, since I was celebrating my $1 million milestone, which asterisk is not something that most demonstrators achieve. And it was so much fun to see that. We got to see some sneak peeks, I think all of which you guys have seen already. Actually, you know what? I think there's some things that we haven't seen yet. That's exciting. I forgot about that. Of course, I wasn't allowed to take any pictures. Anyway, we manufacture stamps right here in the United States in Utah. And so Stampin' Up! Has put these on rush. They're going to bring them back for us. So Very Merry is one of them. And this card really caught my eye, and I love this sort of stained glass look, so it's using that stamp there. So we're going to be inspired by this card and use some different stamps to make a different card tonight. Another stamp set that this was available during demonstrator pre-order, and it has some coordinating dies, and this is one too that disappeared from the online store and looked like it was completely sold out and not coming back. And since there were dies left, Stampin' Up! Said, okay, we'll make some more stamps. So this is currently unavailable, but will be back as soon as they can get the stamps in stock. So Timeless Charm, this is kind of a fun flower stamp set and has some detailed flower dies here. And I honestly wasn't going to get it, but then I changed my mind last Thursday, and I was like, well, this could be fun because I saw this card. And you can't really tell from my printout, but this image is used in the background behind the flowers and the leaves. And so anyway, I wanted to let you know it is coming back if you haven't had a chance to get it. And we are going to stamp something inspired by the Timeless Charm. Okay, so 3 stamp sets, 1, 2, and the third stamp set that is temporarily unavailable right now is the Trucking Along stamp set. I really thought that the punch was going to be the thing that was going to sell out, but it was the stamp set. So this is coming back just like the other ones. It's currently showing up as unavailable. You can get the Coordinating Builder punch by itself. But the truck stamp set is currently not available to order. I think that these are going to be back in stock next week, the week of the 17th of July. So fingers crossed that is correct. And we're going to make a card. Maybe we'll use the truck. But I wanted to show you the stamp set, the Trucking Along, because I had some questions. I've lost my envelope. Here it is. About whether or not the punch fits the Loads of Love stamp set. Do you guys have this one? This is a previous stamp set from Stampin' Up years ago. I can't even remember. I meant to look it up. What year Loads of Love came out. Thank you so much to Alita Williams, who sent me some images stamped with the Loads of Love so we could check it out and see how they compare. And I haven't actually made a card yet. But we're going to stamp this and I'm going to show you how they compare. This is kind of a fun stamp set, a 2-step stamp set. So all these like shadows are images that go inside to color. And I think I'm actually going to use this stamp set tonight and make a card with this one so we can see what it looks like. But you can kind of see, I haven't even stamped it yet, but you can kind of see how the new image is smaller, and that is to fit in the minimum size punch. And so thank you so much, Tony. 2004. So it has been almost 20 years. Oh my gosh. I heard someone say, like, why do they keep coming out with the same stamp sets? It's been 20 years since we've had a truck like this. So I think it's time. I think it's time for a new one. Anyway, the maximum size for the punches are 2.5 inches across. And so that means that our truck has to be smaller than the previous Loads of Love so that it will fit into that punch. So I'm going to stamp and we can see the image is kind of similar in design. I mean, it's a truck, so it has a bed and it has a cab and it has wheels and it has like the bumpers and the fenders and everything. But I would say, to me, I think it looks more modern and less cartoonish than Loads of Love. And so you can guess just by looking at the stamp image that the Loads of Love truck is not going to fit in the punch. You could maybe be creative and, punch part of it and call it a convertible or something. But it's just not going to fit the way the new image does. So thank you so much, Alita, for sending those images. It was so fun to see this because I haven't thought about Loads of Love in a while, and I don't have the stamp set. I don't actually know if I ever did get it back in the day. But I was excited about the new one because it has the coordinating punch, and you can use the punch on its own too. So you have the main truck part, and then you have, I think that's a fender, right? Is that what you call the thing over the wheel? No, not a, yeah. Is that right? And then this is the window, so that would go here, and then the wheel itself. Oh yeah, so many of you have Loads of Love. I love it. It's such a great stamp set. We've had some really awesome stamp sets over the years, but like I said, 20 years, I think it was time for a new version, and so that is what we have in Trucking Along. Now, it does have some seasonal images like the tree and the presents, really nice sentiment that says wishing you a festive Christmas, but it's more than just for Christmas because we've got some other images in there like the tree and the sunflowers and the potted flowers, and it looks like a palm tree and a surfboard and a beach ball. I have to say, I think it was during Creativity Now, there was a demonstration of this bundle, and someone asked in the comments, they said, I don't know about you guys in the United States, but when I go to the beach, I don't take a palm tree with me and take it home in the truck. And we don't do that either here. So I'm not really sure why you would have a palm tree in the back of the truck. That's the only image I'm scratching my head over. I guess maybe if it was like in the background, but then the surfboard and the beach ball look like they're in the truck. So I'm not really sure. It'll be interesting to see how that one is used. Yes, Cindy, you're going to have to fussy cut the loads of love. And it's not that tricky of an image to cut. But if you don't have loads of love and you like the trucking along with the coordinating punch, you can get the punch right now. And the stamp set should be back, like I said, hopefully next week. So how about let's make a card. Let's start with the truck since we've got it out. And I have such a mess on my desk. I'm going to try to, figure this out. Okay, so here's the card that inspired me. I just loved the simplicity. And actually on this one, they used the punch and built the truck without using the stamp image. But I'm going to go ahead and use the stamp image. I'm going to put this one aside and we'll get out some cardstock here. And so I want to stamp, I'm going to stamp it in the black, and then I'll do two-step. I really love this gingham paper. And is that what it's called? What is this paper called? It is called Glorious Gingham, and it comes in 5 different colors. And these are new core colors: Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, not Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock, Berry Burst, and Pecan Pie. And so I thought it would be fun to use a color and create a card. And I don't know, maybe you guys can help me decide what color should we use. I was thinking of putting the sunflowers in the back of the truck. And so tell me what color you're feeling here. All of a sudden, I'm thinking maybe the pecan pie might be pretty, but also Pretty Peacock I think could be nice too to go with the crushed curry. Copper clay on the truck and pecan pie designer paper. Ooh, I think I like that idea. What do you guys think? Leave comments, let me know. I'm going to put some of these stamps on. Move that pink cardstock. That's for another card. Let's get some of these on, and we're gonna need this one for the truck and this one for the wheels. So I need a couple blocks bigger. You know what I just realized is the punch will punch out the truck, but not the stuff in it. So that's going to have to go on the other piece. Okay, I'm going to take a look at your comments and see what you guys have to say about color. Rose, I see your comment about in California, a palm tree would be pretty typical, but would you put it in the back of the truck with a surfboard? I think that's the part that confuses me. Copper clay. Okay, I'm seeing a couple comments for pecan pie, so I like that idea with a copper clay truck, although I was kind of feeling like a Lost Lagoon truck would be kind of fun. Is that crazy? I'm going to try Lost Lagoon. Will you trust me on this one? Here's Lost Lagoon. It's such a pretty color. And sort of like an old rusty truck, I'm feeling like, right? So let's see. I don't like the little, I have a very juicy ink pad. Let me try another scrap. I'm going to try not to push hard. Okay, that was better. What do you think about this Lost Lagoon? Isn't that a pretty color? Oh, that's even better than the other one. All right, now we need some gray for the wheels. I'm going to go with some smoky slate. Oh, that is so good. Let's get this punched out. Oh, that was very satisfying. Okay, so Lost Lagoon, we're going to have some sunflowers in the back. And wait, first we need our little square here. Let's get our paper trimmer out. Do some cutting. Okay, this is going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4, which is a card front size. And now we have to decide if we want a Lost Lagoon card base or a crumb cake card base. This or that, crumb cake or Lost Lagoon. Meanwhile, I'm going to cut a piece of white. And the white is going to be, I'm gonna just guess, 2 1/2. Nope, 2 3/4. 2 3/4 by 3. Yeah, let's try that one. Okay, Lost Lagoon crumb cake. I'm seeing several Lost Lagoons. Thank you guys for helping me. I always love to get your feedback while we're live. And if you're watching the replay, you can still leave feedback. Yes, I'm totally thinking crushed curry. Oh, to go with the flowers. Oh, I see what you're saying for a card base color. You know what? I actually had the crushed curry out earlier. And I know most of it's going to get covered up, but I kind of felt like maybe it was too bright. So let's stick with the Lost Lagoon. And I think we're going to maybe bring in a strip of color with the cardstock here. And so that might be a good place for us to use our crushed curry. There's a sentiment in this set that is really fun. It says, sending you sunny thoughts. And I thought that was kind of just perfect. Okay, I got 2 more stamps out. I've got the road so that the car is driving on something, and the sending you sunny thoughts. Okay, so first let's stamp our sunflowers. Before I put anything else on, I want to make sure that I can stamp these. I'm gonna move that out of the way just a little bit. And that looks about right. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I've got that. We can do the road in pecan pie. Tell me what color we should do the sentiment in. This is coming together nicely. Should we do the sentiment, which is going to be underneath? Should we do that in pecan pie, Lost Lagoon, or crushed curry? Comment now. Make your voice heard. We have a 2-step for the flowers. Oh, yes. And then we are going to have to come in and add some color for the leaves because there's not a stamp for that. Okay. Oh, okay, I think you guys are all mixed. Lost Lagoon, crushed curry, pecan pie. I'm leaning towards Lost Lagoon. you know what? This is going to be really super tight. So we're going to try something. We are going to clean our stamp, and we're going to try to stamp part of it, and then the other part. So we're going to kind of do it like on top of each other instead of the long sentiment. Now, normally if I was stamping it, I could like cut it apart, but that is not going to work. And you know what? I'm kind of changing my mind. Let's try crushed curry. Sending you. Whew. You really have to make sure you clean your stamp well. And I panicked for a minute and thought I was going to have some residual ink. In fact, I'm going to double check there. Okay. And then we're strategically inking just the Sunny Thoughts. Sending you Sunny Thoughts. Oh, I am loving this. Okay, you know what? I'm not loving the yellow. I kind of wished I did a different color. I kind of wished I just had a different sentiment. I think that's what I'm not liking about it. What else do we have in here? Farm Fresh, special delivery. I like special delivery. Let's cut a new piece. Because why not? Is that the same? Yes, 2 3/4 by 3. Was it 3 or 3 1/4? 3. Okay, don't be mad. Special delivery. And we are going to go with Lost Lagoon. How many of you were able to order this stamp set when it came out last week? Were you able to get it ordered before it went away? It was available for about a day or two. There was a couple hours where it was sold out. And then it was back, and then it was sold out again. It was kind of crazy that day. Not yet. I know. The good news is when it's back, it will be back for a little while. It won't be gone forever. I think this yeah, I think the Lost Lagoon sentiment is the way to go here. I'm really excited about this paper ribbon. On the sample card, instead of ribbon behind the square, they used some cardstock. But it looks like ribbon, doesn't it? And I just thought that was kind of a clever way to use something that looked like ribbon without the bulk of ribbon. So we're going to give this a try and see how it turns out. And I think having a little splash of the yellow is going to be perfect. Okay. Oh my gosh, I really love this. I love it so much. Okay, so we need a long strip. So we're going to use the crushed curry. We're going to get our paper trimmer out. And we're going to cut a long strip. I'm going to say 1 inch. And we're going to end up kind of going like this. Okay, but right now it's really stiff because it's cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, I know you can't really see, but I'm just rubbing it against the edge of my desk to loosen up the fibers of the cardstock a little bit so that it is a little bit softer and easier to work with. Okay, I'm turning it because I like this. This we have a lot of crease, and I'm turning it over so that we don't have that crease. Now, I used to use my tailored tag punch, which would cut beautifully for a little banner, but we're going to have to use scissors because that's what we have. And it looks like this one is about the right size. By the way, this was 11 inches by 1 inch. So I just did the length of a sheet of cardstock and cut off 1 inch. Okay, so let me, I didn't talk through that very well. I'll talk through it this time. I'm going to start by cutting up the center about, well, it just depends on how deep you want your banner to be. I cut about 3/4 of an inch. Then I cut from each corner to the top of that center cut. And this is how you can get a nicely spaced banner cut. Let's do that on the other side. Okay. You know what? It's a little too big, isn't it? So we just have to cut that a little bit more. And I should have measured twice, cut once. I want the first banner to end about here and the second one to end there. So let's try that again. Cut the center and then from each corner. This is kind of how I operate when I am stamping on my own, is I kind of just eyeball it and then cut it, and eyeball it and cut it. So I know sometimes it's hard when you're making a card and you really just want to have all the measurements in front of you, but the more practice, the more you do it, the easier it gets to figure out spacing and sizing on your own as you go. Okay, it's coming together so well. Oh my gosh, here's our original inspiration. This one was created by Stampin' Up concept artists, and I saved the image from the online store and printed it. So that's how I got it. And here's our version. Let's get it glued down. This is so stinking cute, you guys. I wasn't so sure, honestly, how I was gonna feel about these colors, but I think that they are perfect. I probably conveyed a little more confidence than I was feeling. Maybe it's a little long on the banners, but I'm gonna go with it. This one is short, but I don't mind it being a little longer. So I am trying to keep this line parallel to the top because these are diagonal, sort of crooked. So I'm just trying to keep this parallel to the top and centered from side to side. So that looks about right to me. And then I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals to add this truck piece on right over our faux ribbon. That's what I'm going to call this, faux ribbon. What is this little stray mark there? I'm going to center that as best I can. Let's go up a little higher. And getting out that sand eraser, let's just give this a little, maybe didn't even notice it. It's just the tiniest little ink spot. Oh my gosh, there it is. If you wanted to, you could bling it up a little bit, but you know what? I love it just the way it is. You know what though? Wait, we need to do something. Ba, 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 ba. We gotta color the center of these sunflowers. Some pecan pie. Bring that color back in there. This was the light. I think I'm gonna grab the dark. Oh, that's perfect. Now we're talking. Kind of brings it all together. Okay, so there's our first card. We did use the trucking along. Even though it is currently not orderable, it is coming back really soon. This is an online exclusive, so you're not going to see this one in the online store, Now, you are going to see it in the online store. You're not going to see it in a catalog. And what happened to the stamp set? I am so messy here. Oh, it's buried. Here it is. Trucking along with the coordinating punch. And the punch is available right now. So if you just like the punch and want to do kind of your own punch art with it, you can grab that up right now. Moving some stamps out of the way so we can move on to another card. Okay, tonight we are featuring this gorgeous paper, and the next project that I wanted to copy or be inspired by is this one that uses the timeless charm. My piles, man, I'm telling you. Here we go. It uses this stamp set, which is currently not available, but coming back soon. And so I wanted to replicate this idea using some different stamps. And so I'm bringing in the designer paper. I've cut some pieces. I'm going to use gray for the card base color. And I have a little inside piece because it's gray. And then I've got some designer paper. And again, I just kind of eyeballed it. I don't know what color they're supposed to be. I'm using Berry Burst, Lemon Lime Twist, and Blueberry Bushel. And these are 1 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch by 3 1/4. 1 1/4 by 3 1/4. I'll have the measurements in the video description for you. Then I have a white piece that's going to go over the top. And this one is 2 1/4 by 4 3/4. Okay, so we are going to stamp using Artistically Inked. And I haven't tried this. I did try it. I'm going to show you this one because I think it turned out really cool. I used the Perched in a Tree stamp to create some blobs to go over the paper. And I thought that was really, really cool. But I couldn't really find, I thought maybe I needed to stamp off, and I don't know. I did find some similar images to this in the Timeless Arrangements, but I thought we're going to switch gears and we're just going to, instead of the blobs, I'm going to stamp this flower from Artistically Inked, and then we're going to do the happy birthday across it. So this is our inspiration. Our card is going to look totally different, and we're definitely going to need our Stampin' Chamois to clean in between colors. So I'm going to start with the lightest color, which is the Lemon Lime Twist, and that one's in the center. It's always kind of a good idea to start in the center when you're stamping like 3 things, because then you can evenly space on the sides. Now this is a distinctive stamp, and I should have thought of this. It's a distinctive stamp, and so sometimes when you have new really juicy ink pads, you lose some of the detail in the image. And so I'm gonna actually I'm gonna go get a plastic spoon. I know that sounds weird, but hang on just a second. Okay, I'm back with my spoon. I used to keep one in the room and I don't know where it went to, so I had to run to the kitchen. Okay, so with the plastic spoon, we're going to take and we're just going to kind of push the ink, and you can see it. We're just going to kind of push that ink to the side so that it's not as juicy. And when it's not as juicy, we're going to pick up more of the detail in this stamped image. Okay, so here's the one when it was juicy. You can see it's very just sort of blurred and blops, and then when we push the ink over, we get a very more of a detailed look, and the ink isn't globbing onto the stamp. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this with all of the colors that we're using, because they're all brand new ink pads, because they're all returning, new and returning colors to the core color collection. So I'm gonna do Berry Burst next. Whoop. And I'm going to do the same thing with our spoon, just kind of move the color over. Wipe that off. And then when I stamp, I'm going to have a much nicer image. Have you guys seen that trick before? Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then our last color is going to be Blueberry Bushel. And for this one, we are also going to just push that color over a little bit because it's so juicy. And I'm not really taking much off. I'm just kind of moving it over. Stampin' Up! Ink is very lightweight. And so it'll soak back over. Don't worry. It'll be fine. All right. Oh, that's so fun. I really love this. Okay, so next up is going to be our sentiment. And I'm a little worried we're going to end up covering so much of it up. And so I'm kind of wondering if we should try to emboss. But let's try this first. So the idea from the original card was using another piece of cardstock, and I'm going to use the basic gray cardstock and stamp Happy Birthday. This is from the same set, the Artistically Inked. And then it's going to go over, you know what, that's not too bad. But I think that we could go smaller on this Happy Birthday, and it would still fit okay. So let's just cut a new piece really quick. Is that the right? I think so. Okay, so this probably was, I'm gonna guess, 3/4 of an inch. So let's go like right in between the 1/2 inch and the 3/4. We want to keep it nice and skinny, but still have room to stamp. I've just got things piled over here. So precarious, it's gonna fall. Okay, Happy Birthday. Yeah, I think that's gonna work out really well. Okay, so that's gonna kind of have our pieces sticking out. They coordinate with the, oh man, could we go even smaller? Like, could we do a 1/2 inch? Let's try it. I keep scraps of white cardstock from when I cut larger pieces. And so I've got so many in this basket. Wait, what am I doing? That's, okay, that seems really small. Whew. Crooked. Also crooked. Is it not straight on the block? That's better. Okay, now I'm going to take my scissors and cut. So this ended up being a 1/2 inch. And I think that that is just perfect for this Happy Birthday sentiment. And then we can still see a lot of the flowers. Yeah. Skinnier. The sentiment from the ocean set. Ooh, I wonder what that one is. And it was someone asking about the designer paper. It is the gingham, the Glorious Gingham paper. It is Glorious Gingham. It was just on sale, right, in June, 163170. And it comes with 5 colors: Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, Pretty Peacock, Berry Burst, and Pecan Pie. I'm kind of wondering if we should have used Pecan Pie, but instead of the basic gray, but I don't know. All right, this one had a little bit of twine, and I kind of love that. So, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to stamp a flower in the corner. Oh, bummer. in the summer. Let's just ink it up and do it again. In fact, we could add some leaves. Let's do that really quick. Gotta stamp the inside to go. That'll go on the inside. All right, we were talking about twine. This one had like a little bow, and that is kind of a fun technique for creating loops behind your piece. Oh, that's not tied very well. Is to make a bow and then add the bow behind the thing. That's kind of what they did there. Although I feel like we might need a longer piece, a longer bow. Oh my goodness. I have made such a mess on my desk. I feel like it's worse than normal this week. Okay. How do we feel about that twine? I don't know. I'm undecided. You know what I feel like it could use? And maybe we'll just do this instead, is some sparkle. Oh, I just had the package out. I have to see. Yep, here it is. This package is perfect. It's called Tinsel Gems 4-pack, and it has, I think that's supposed to be Pretty Peacock, and then the Blueberry Bushel, and the Berry Burst, and the Lemon Lime Twist, and so I'm thinking we could just add some sparkly gems. Oops, that would go down here, wouldn't it? Uh-oh. Or does that look too random? I don't know. Tell me what you think. Twine, no twine, sparkly gems. Is it too much? I used to be so simple of a stamper, and now I feel like I sometimes overcomplicate things. Okay, let's get this glued down. You can let me know what you think about the gems, what you think about the twine. And when I get there, I'll make a decision based on what you guys said. Oh, you guys are going to be torn, I can tell. The twine, by the way, would go underneath the sentiment like that. I don't know. Yes to all. Both. Gems, yes. Twine, nope. Oh, you guys are going to be torn. How are we going to decide? I do like so the gingham paper has the same color on each side, but different patterns. So there's a little, and then a bigger gingham. And I like the bigger gingham better. And so I feel like I am just tending to use that more. For these, I'm just kind of creating some different angles in the center. Twine, I do think the twine gets lost and maybe distracts from the flowers underneath. And I am honestly not sure how I feel about those gems. Oh, the parakeet party twine. I might have to get that out. That would be fun. Okay, I just feel like the gems are looking so random, so I am going to take them off, even though I can see many of you like them. You like bling, right? But I think with the sentiment in the center, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make as much sense. Okay, I'm going to put this here. I'm not gluing it down because I am going to see if I've got some parakeet party twine. Cut the white paper, smaller flowers. I'm not sure I understand your comment, Alita, about the smaller flowers. Here is that in color twine with some parakeet party, which is very similar to lemon lime twist. And since it's going over the lemon lime twist, it could be nice to have that little bit of color in there. Okay, so I just don't know. Maybe just beneath it. I'm sorry, I can't talk and tie at the same time. Oh, skills of a YouTube crafter. Do you like it better underneath? I kind of do. I'm going to put this on. Tell me what you think about it underneath. Trim the cardstock that you stamp the flowers on. Oh, to show more of the DSP. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I can do that. So this was 2 1/4, and I'm going to take off 1/8 of an inch on each side to make it 2. And I know that seems like so little, but I think it's going to make a difference. So we can see more of the DSP and the color underneath. There's our okay. What do we think about twine? You guys are still really split on the twine. Should we just leave it off? What if our gems go in a different place? Instead of randomly, like as part of the flowers, it's more like just the colors. I feel like this card is so tortured. Oh, I hope it's turning out okay. Put it in the corner. The bow on the corner or the gems on the corner? Put the gems on the white. Okay, I think you like the gems like this better. Centering this. Oh my goodness gracious. Does it look anything like the original? We changed so much about it, didn't we? Here is the inspiration card, which was using Timeless Charm. And since it's not available, we decided to use something different and break out an older stamp set. This is the Artistically Inked stamp set. Such a fun one. But a fun layout to try with different stamps. Like here's the other piece that I had, put on there, and like I would love this, but probably like in black or something. Let's just stamp and see what it looks like. The thanks stamp is from the same stamp set, Artistically Inked. It's like not dark enough. Maybe it needs embossed, an embossed sentiment. I'm like tripping over things. It's such a mess back here. All right, there's card number 2. We are inspired by online exclusives tonight. We made a truck card and we made this one. And our next inspiration is based on the So Very Merry stamp set. And this is one that I wasn't going to get. I'm not, I don't love to color. But I really thought it was going to be a fun stamp set. And like I said, it's sold out temporarily, but it is coming back. So if this is one that you wanted and didn't get a chance to get, don't worry, it's coming. This card is really awesome, but since you can't order this right now, I wanted to show you this card idea with some different stamps. So we're going to use the Berry Burst again and Bubble Bath. I'm going to use the polka dot. Do you recognize where that polka dot is from? We're going to use a butterfly. Any ideas yet? This is, I'm going to use that one. We are going to use the Enchanted Butterfly Bundle. This is something that is brand new from the annual catalog, and I honestly didn't really give it a second thought until I saw, I think it was Shannon West did a demonstration on Demonstrator Planning Place, and I thought, oh, I need to look at that again. This is one of those reversible stamps. And look, they're so much bigger than I thought that they were. I think they're bigger than what's on the cover and bigger than what's in the catalog. So this is, I had another idea with this stamp that we might have to play with. Okay, reversible stamp. That means that the bottom is a stamp and the top is a stamp. Like, does that make sense? Let's start with this one. I'm going to show you really quick what I mean. Let's put that one away. Let's put this one out. We're going to use a note card. These are so great for quick and easy cards. Okay, so I've got my note card here. Note cards and envelopes. This is basic white. It also comes in very vanilla. And I'm going to use the lighter color for the base stamp. And I'm going to start in the middle. Oh, that looks kind of cool. And then I'm debating whether to do more, but I'm gonna just leave it like that for a second. And then you can either clean it and use the other side or use another image. This was not my planned project, just something that I thought I would do really quick. So I turn that around. Now I got the detail side up. And I can stamp right over it. Oh, that looks cool, right? Thinking of you. Okay, quick and easy note card there. We are going to use this butterfly image with the same colors, Bubble Bath and Berry Burst. We're using the Enchanted Butterfly set. I need some grid paper. Okay, so let me bring this back in. Our inspiration project has a card base with another same color I'm using Berry Burst, and then it has a white for the focal image and another one for the sentiment. So I am bringing in the go-to greetings because the butterfly set, Enchanted Butterfly, doesn't have any sentiments in it. So I picked out this stamp set with the Thinking of You to use on our cards. So the Thinking of You is going to be in the dark Berry Burst on Bubble Bath cardstock. Yikes. Okay, flip it over. We got a big piece of rubber. And so I'm going to try not to rock it so I don't get any halo. There we go. All right. Now, Berry Burst on Berry Burst, we're going to do the polka dot. This is from the same Enchanted Butterfly stamp set. This is just a background on our card. And I'm going off the edge and just trying to create an even image there. So this is here. Then we're going to do our butterfly image on the white, and this is the image we're going to do the two-step reversible. That's what this is called. So we got the outline first in the Berry Burst, and then we're going to clean it and turn it over. Is this going to line up? Huh. now I'm wondering how this is going to work because this image is not symmetrical. Maybe it's not intended to. Oh, Janice. Am I making your wish list grow? Sorry. I was trying to show you how you could use whatever you have at home to create cards and be inspired by this is weird. This isn't gonna line up at all. Okay. I'm not sure about that one. Everything else is symmetrical except this butterfly. So you know what? We have this one out and it is symmetrical and it is gonna line up. I've got to look in the catalog. I swear I saw one that used this image and maybe it just used it in a different way. Okay, close this really quick. Oh, let's see what the catalog sample looks like. But then we're going to switch because I want it to be lined up for this card. Okay, Enchanted Butterfly, page 109. You probably like skipped right over this stamp set because it doesn't have coordinating dies or designer paper. Okay, here it is right here. And it's interesting because in the catalog, this is shown at 100%, but the rest of the stamps are shown at 50%. And so I think it's really deceiving, and you think that it's a lot smaller than it really is. Here's the stamp that we're looking at, and yeah, I guess they just kind of do it off-center, and it doesn't line up. But I love those colors, pretty peacock and the soft seafoam. That is just really beautiful. Okay, so not to worry. We're going to cut ourselves a new piece. Get this paper trimmer out from underneath the pile. And let's measure this again and see what we have. 2 inches by 3 inches. That's a nice, easy measurement. 2 inches by 3 inches. I think I grabbed a scrap of thick white. It feels thicker. Okay, 2 by 3, and we're just going to use the other stamp. I mean, you can use that if you like it. It's not bad. It's just not the look I want for this card. Okay, there's our outline. We're going to clean it and flip it. This is called reversibles. Reversible stamp set. And there are other reversible stamp sets in the catalog. You can take a look. There is like a little logo that says reversible. And I know, like, for example, there was a mountain one, and that one was reversible, where you would flip it over and you could use the back side to do the shadow or the 2-step part. Bubble Bath is the second card. Second color, not the second card. Oh, yeah. Right over the top. There we go. That is just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Yes, the turtles. That's another one. Thank you, Carolyn. All right, so we've got our butterfly and we've got our sentiment. I just love the simplicity of this card. Our original uses some little bling in there. So let's get us all glued down and then we can add some bling of our own. We're going to strategically use the Stampin' Dimensionals. My rule, this is just my own personal rule of thumb, is that I try not to use more than 2 layers of dimensionals on a card. And so I am trying to think, which layers do I want to have dimensionals? And I want this base layer, the color on color, to be on dimensionals to kind of make it stick out a little bit more. And I also want my sentiment to be on dimensionals. And so those are my 2 layers. And so that means my white layer is going to go on with regular adhesive. Okay. That's kind of how I determine. Now you could do 3 layers of dimensionals. There's nothing wrong with that. I just find that it makes for a bulky card and one that requires maybe extra postage. So that's why I try to limit my layers to just 2 dimensionals. And I like the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals because they're not too thick. They're just like, I think, 1/8 of an inch. And sometimes the kit dimensionals are thicker. And I don't like those as much. All right, I'm kind of just coming in the corner here. So this is kind of an odd size. Like there's extra space here, but I sort of like that about the inspiration project. Let's get out some bling. One of my favorites that I'm hooked on are these iridescent rhinestones. They're so perfect, but you know which one I want to try is, there's some pastel sequins. And I have a ton of pink ones. And this was from the mini catalog and it carried over. And you can see, like, I used the blue and I used the gold, but like I hardly used the pink at all. And I think that the pink is really close to this bubble bath. I struggled when we had the petal pink and blushing bride because I felt like it wasn't the right color. But it is totally the right color to go with the bubble bath. Yes, that is so good. I love that. All right, so even if you don't have the same stamp set, I hope that you can see how you can turn some of these cards into beautiful creations using whatever you have at home. So instead of the So Very Merry, we use the Enchanted Butterfly. And instead of the Timeless Charm sample, where did that one go? Oh, it's lost forever. I gotta bring that back in because that was stinking cute, that little note card. Instead of the Timeless Charm, we used the Artistically Inked to make a fun card. And then we did make a trucking along card. I was so inspired, but we changed up the colors and kind of made it our own. The paper pack we used tonight was the Glorious Gingham. And this is kind of a fun one. It doesn't have any matching stamps, and so it might be one that you haven't looked at, but it's worth a second look because it's so versatile that it can go with so many different things. Don't go anywhere because I have a whole basket of cards I want to share with you. Some Happy Mail that I've received, some double card swaps, and some birthday cards. And I know that you're going to love these projects. So let me just clear a little spot here and put tonight's projects aside for a second and get out. Oh my gosh, look at this basket of cards. Wow, wow, wow. I can't wait to share these with you. Some of these are swap cards. Well, the first one is a swap card that I received from Michelle Grimble. She participated in our Team 1-for-1 card swap, and her card came a little bit late. She's away at camp, and there was some issue with the mail getting out. But oh my gosh, so worth the wait. Isn't this the cutest card? I absolutely love it. It is a brand new stamp set. It has construction and trucks and things like that, and I love the colors. that Michelle used. We've got some Night of Navy, some Misty Moonlight, Berry Burst with the crushed curry. So fun, so cute, and I'm just loving this layout. The next card is a birthday card. This one is from Terry Biggs. Thank you so much, Terry. We've got the Share a Milkshake card, a little book binding with Tahitian Tide and Sweet Sorbet. This is a stamp set that carried over, and sometimes those stamp sets kind of get buried in my stamp cabinet and I forget about it, but this definitely makes me want to get it out and use it again. Thank you so much, Terry, for your birthday wishes. This beauty comes from Joanne Prosser using the Sending Smiles bundle. I just love the designer paper and the texture, the black and white with a pop of red here. Such a beautiful card, and I loved that the envelope matched too, Joanne. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Oh, here's another gorgeous birthday card. This one's from Tony Shaw. I absolutely love, Tony, how you did some weaving with the paper here. So we've got weaved designer paper in the different color family patterns: Granny Apple Green, Flirty Flamingo, Mango Melody, Pacific Point, weaved in with the black and white patterns. And then we've got the stitched greenery die over it for this sort of quilted look. This Scotty dog is in the clearance rack right now. So if you love that little Scotty dog, you can grab the punch. Such a cute card. I just love it so much, Tony. Thank you so much. Our next card is from Carrie Zacharias, also a birthday card. Oh my gosh, this is divine. Regency Park designer paper here with the balmy blue, Night of Navy, and then the vellum. Oh, I talked so much about vellum on Tuesday night. It makes every card so elegant. It's such a nice little touch to add to a card, and I think it's beautiful on the background here with the blue and white. Beautiful card, Carrie. Thank you so, so much. Our next card is from Kathy Triebenbach, and this is such a fun fold. It has the stamped images from the Seaside Bay, I think, bundle. And what does she call it? A center panel accordion fun fold from Lisa Curcio. Wow, that is really, really fun. I absolutely love that. Fun folds are the theme for our August Great Big Card Swap, and I cannot wait to see what you guys are creating. This would be such a great card for that. Kathy, thank you so much for sending me a birthday card and thinking of me. This one comes from Yolanda Garza. Yolanda, thank you so much for remembering my birthday. I recognize this card design. It's one that I shared with my easy angle layout. Each of these are rectangles, and then the strip across kind of creates that diagonal look. Inked Botanicals is the designer paper, and then a little wood grain embossing folder here. These colors are some of my favorite: Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, and some Pool Party. Really round out that beautiful card. Thank you. Alita Williams sent in this card, which I also recognize from one of my card kits. This is using some dies from the Summer Shadow die set, if I remember correctly. And the designer paper is from the Delicate Desert. Is that what that was called in the mini catalog? I absolutely love the colors here: Pale Papaya, Calypso Coral, and some of the Soft Succulent. Alita, thank you so much for this beautiful card and for thinking of me. The next card comes from Katie Good using the Sending Smiles with the sunburst background. So gorgeous. I love this with the bubble bath. That's one of the colors that we used tonight with the butterfly. And it's such a pretty color. Like, it depends on what colors that it's with, whether it looks pink or purple. But it's so beautiful here with the daffodil, or maybe that's lemon lolly. Oh, so gorgeous. And the green. Love, love, love it. Oh my gosh, I feel so celebrated, you guys. Thank you so much for all the birthday cards. It really has made this such a special celebration. My birthday hasn't even happened yet, and I've gotten so many beautiful cards. This one is from Karen Nevin using Moody Mauve. I love this. And the stamps are from the Sentimental Rose card kit. This is one of the kit collections, one of my favorite in the kit collection. It's a beautiful set of note card size cards that come in a little package that you can gift them in. The stamp set is beautiful and can be used again and again. A beautiful rose with leaves and then some sentiments. So Karen, thank you so much for this awesome card. I love the layout. And again, that vellum just adds such a special touch of elegance. Another birthday card that just arrived today. This one's from Andrea Wellman using the Queen Bee. Oh my gosh, I just love this so much. We've got Night of Navy and then the brushed gold paper. I love the detailed tags here, and the touches of gold in the collage background is just beautiful. Andrea, thank you so much for sending this beautiful card and celebrating my birthday. Last birthday card, this one is from Georgia Chase. This is such a fun thing with the circles cut in half and then pulled apart. I can't remember what that technique is called. We saw it quite a bit when we had our circle theme for the Great Big Card Swap. I love this with the glitter paper. Black and white is so stunning and classic. It's perfect. Thank you so much, Georgia. The next set of cards, I'm going to stick these back in the back here because my desk is so messy. Our next set of cards are doubles that I received from the Great Big Card Swap. So I did share all of these on Tuesday already. So I'm going to kind of go through them a little more quickly because you've already seen them. And if you haven't already seen them, be sure to check out the Great Big Card Swap video from Tuesday. I shared 75 card ideas using, well, most of them were birthday cards, and then there were a few from the new catalog that were left over from last month, from June. So the first one is from Karen Fletcher using the new In Colors. I love that technique with just the strips of paper. Here's also one from June. This one is from Tyra Marshall. Little fold back there, kind of a little mini Z fold. I love the bow punch as well in the different colors. Oh, this one is so gorgeous from Lynn Hunt. I even asked Lynn how to say her last name, and I don't remember that I saw the answer, Lynn. So I'm so sorry if I butcher it. I'm just going to say Lynn. Lynn, thank you so much for the card. I love this diagonal fun fold. It is so nice with the Countryside Inn designer paper, just beautiful. More of that Countryside Inn designer paper from Jennifer McLaughlin, so beautiful. Sending you a handmade hug from the Crafting With You. This gorgeous card comes from Polly Ringelman, and using the die cuts from that ship set. So gorgeous with this watercolor background. Oh my gosh, I can't get over how gorgeous this card is. Thank you so much, Polly, for sending an extra for me. Next up, a card from Branda Carlson using the Fresh as a Daisy designer paper. And one of my favorite embossing folders, this crosshatch, is from the Basics 3D embossing folders from the online exclusive set. Next up, this card is from, they're stuck together, Karen Fletcher used one of the paper pumpkin kits, the sunflowers from August a couple years ago. So beautiful with that gorgeous background. There's a new paper pumpkin kit that's going to have some florals in August. Make sure you subscribe by August 10th to get it. This fun fold, little sidestep card here is from Mary Fudge using the Tahitian Tide glitter paper and stamps from the flowers. It was a celebration set. It had designer paper and it's on the tip of my tongue. And then the Dragonfly Garden with the coordinating punch. So gorgeous. Next up, a card from Deborah Davis. I love this one. Oh my gosh, that's right, Deborah. You sent a gift card too much. Thank you so, so much for that happy birthday gift. I will definitely be sending you a beautiful thank you card to thank you for your generosity. It was unexpected and such a happy surprise. Thank you. Our next happy birthday card is from Rose Spivey. This, again, was a double from the swap. And I think she has a note in here about the buttons. So I just want to read it really quick because I missed it on Tuesday. Stampin' Up paper to hand make all the buttons, cased from Janet Nash. Oh, I just love that touch there. A little bit of like crystal effects in there to make it shiny, and then the two holes. I just thought that was so fun with the marble paper. Our next card is from Annette Crocetti, kind of a fun accordion. I just love the cardstock strips for the candles. Wishing you a day of love and joy. Annette, thank you so much for sending an extra for me. Next up, a card from Myrtle Thorne. I love this with the beautiful paper. This is the paper that coordinates with the artistically inked stamp set. It's retired now, but just so, so beautiful. And I can't remember the name of the technique. Chinese coin, was that the name of this quilt's kind of paper technique. I thought that was so awesome. 2 more cards. This one is from Linda Vanderspool. I just love this designer paper. The Hello Irresistible is an online exclusive 6x6 paper, and it is just so beautiful. One of my favorites in a long time. This is one of the 3D embossing folders, 3D Basics, also an online exclusive. And our last double card is this one. It is a gatefold shutter card. How amazing is that? This is from Ana Cuervos, and I just want to say thank you so much for that one. I made a card like this a few times, but the most recently with the By the Bay designer paper, and so I'll try to remember to add the link to the video description. If you haven't seen it yet, it's much easier than it looks and so much fun. Thank you to everyone who sent extra cards to the Great Big Card Swap, and thank you to everyone who sent birthday cards as well. I just love getting Happy Mail, and I hope that you are sending Happy Mail to your friends and family because I know they love it too. Thank you for tuning in for tonight's video. Here's the cards that we made if you're just joining late. We were casing some projects that were inspired by online exclusive samples from Stampin' Up product designers and using one of the new online exclusives as well. I hope you enjoyed the projects that I shared today. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you were inspired, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future card making videos. This Sunday, Mom and I will be sharing some special birthday projects and celebrating my birthday together. So tune in on Sunday at noon, and then next week, Thursday night, Stamp Therapy, I'll be featuring the June bonus project kit, and so you won't want to miss out on that. I'm sorry, not June, July bonus project kit. I'll be showing you the projects that you can earn when you place an order with me this month in July. So I can't wait to share that with you next Thursday night at 7:15 p.m. Central Time. Thanks so much for watching tonight. I'll see you next time. Bye.